back to the Bastards YouTube channel. As always, please like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. We will always interact with you guys. I'm Terry. Here's Nick. I think we hear Nick's dog in the background.
Yes, he is. He's going crazy.
How are you, Nick?
I'm great. How about you? Not as happy as my dog, though, right now. So he's
Oh,
good.
got a little chain on. All right. Red Sox home opener not sold out. Scale of 1 to 10. How shocked are you?
A 1. A 1. Like, I'm not shocked in the least bit. I do think that fans are rightfully pissed. I do think fans are rightfully disappointed in what happened in this offseason. And truthfully, I think it's going to have to be a show me kind of atmosphere at Fenway Park for fans to believe and want to pay for a ticket at Fenway Park.
Yeah, all 5 of the hosts on the regular show had a clean sweep of the Red Sox not making it to the playoffs. I was listening to Chris Cotillo's podcast today. His crew of 4 also a clean sweep of the Red Sox not making it. So
And that's
not
somewhat of a surprise for that crew because they're a bunch of homers. So
they could be, but I think though in the last year and a half they've been fair. I think with their criticisms. I'm a John Farrell survivor, and up until the final hours, you had beat writers defending him and his performance. Not a ton of respect for the job Hein Bloom has done for the team. Here's one of the reasons I think that the stadium is not sold out. And keep in mind, Fenway Park is the 4th smallest stadium in MLB. Progressive Field is one. The Trop down in Tampa is one, and I forget which one's ranked number 3. But the Red Sox.
Isn't it Wrigley? Isn't it Wrigley?
No,
Wrigley's big enough or bigger.
No, they might not be too far behind Boston, but I forget which stadium it was. But still, theoretically, a massive market in a small stadium, you think they would sell it out. But here's one of the reasons I think not a lot of enthusiasm for opening day. Your game 1 starter is Corey Kluber. Okay. Now let's look at Kluber. Not super spectacular in 2022 with the Tampa Bay Rays. He wasn't good enough to make the starting rotation in the wild card round, which was best 2 out of 3.
Yep.
Not good enough. And then to make matters worse, he was literally the pitcher on the mound that gave up the walk-off in like the 15th inning to the Guardians to send Tampa home to end their season. And then weeks later, months later, becomes the opening day starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. How many jerseys is Corey Kluber going to sell in 2023? How many Corey Kluber jerseys are going to be in the stand?
I would think just one for himself.
or his wife. The wife always probably
deck out the kids, deck out the wife and everything.
Yeah.
Can I say something on Kluber? I was going to say, even from last year with our rotation here, with what you see, I personally want to say this is a downgrade from Michael Wacha.
I totally agree, and you're paying almost double for him. I think Wacha gets $6 million.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're paying double for a guy you could have kept, and I just don't get it either. I'm not going to say that this past winter's market was super robust. Some names that were on it: Tyler Anderson, Chris Bassett. I would have stayed off Jake DeGrom. There are certainly probably Red Sox fans who might disagree with that. Clayton Kershaw, probably not a huge chance to sign him. The Dodgers would have home field advantage. And then the one slam dunk guy for me, you could have had on a 2-year deal, Justin Verlander.
Yep, I was for him too.
If Justin Verlander's the opening day starter, you got a better shot at selling it out.
I would believe that stadium would be sold out if Verlander was your opening day starter. I'll just put it out on a limb. I don't think there's a question about it. This team lacks the sexy appeal. They don't have the big names the big stars outside of Devers, truthfully. But, sex sells. When you have David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez and Pedro Martinez and all those big names are part of your team, fans want to go and see them. They want to see them because they know they're good. They know they're going to get the job done. But this island of misfit toys that we have is going to not really sell tickets. So I think John Henry's wallet's going to be hurting quite a bit at the beginning of this year if this team ends up becoming a believer.
We're a big market team, and arguably the only megastar in your lineup is Rafi Devers.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, Tristan Casas becomes the next guy, but he still has to clear a lot of hurdles. Trevor Bauer also could have been had, really cheap. We've covered that before. That's a polarizing topic. I will say though, Trevor Bauer is going to make his debut in Japan before Brian Bayo and James Paxton make their debut in the United States of America. So I just throwing it out there. Could have had him for $700K. So not a lot of excitement with Kluber, and I think that signing can backfire. I think it can be every bit as underwhelming as it seems. It just seems like Hein Bloom is going to take the first notable pitcher who will accept a $10 million contract. And
I
that's
believe it.
That's where the bar is to be the opening day starter for the Boston Red Sox. So what's the reason you think?
I think fans are so upset that Bobby Dahlbeck's not a part of this team anymore. I think that they're crying their hearts out right now that poor bastard isn't going to be in that starting lineup, striking out 4 times, not knowing what the heck's coming by him. Well, folks, now you got to go down to Worcester and see Bobby D as your starting shortstop. Yes, you heard that correctly. He will be your shortstop for the Woo Sox this season. How about that?
Red Sox fans,
I'm biting my tongue right now.
Red Sox fans love attaching themselves to players who are less than mediocre. I mean, we saw it with Jackie Bradley in 2 different stints. There's just been several guys along the way that, and Dahlbeck's certainly one of them. There's still a core of Red Sox fans that think Bobby Dahlbeck has a future with the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
His only
as the burger flipper downstairs, yes, but the towel boy, maybe something like that for him. I'm done with him though, Terry. I'm done. I've seen enough. I think we've seen too much of a sample size now to see that with just about 1,000 at bats in his major league career, what you see is what you're gonna get. That's it.
Yeah, and how confident are they with our middle infield if that's where they're putting him? As depth. I mean, you got the Valdez kid we got in the Vasquez trade as a middle infielder, and at some point Mondesi is going to be up, but I got no faith in him. So we'll see. But we will wrap on that note. We'll probably be back tomorrow for a post-game reaction show. Who knows?
Let's get a Kluber win.
Yeah.
Get a Kluber win and shut us up.
Orioles are starting Gibson, who typically not very good, but he's had a good spring. So we'll see. I mean, a guy like Gibson could shut down our lineup. I mean, we've seen it happen, with other teams. So, all right, everyone. Nonetheless, despite our negativity and pessimism, enjoy opening day. We'll be back